Hello, everybody. My name is Faith Hudson, and today I'm doing an interview with Eleanor Baker, who is a homesteader that lives on the Great Plains. And I just have a few questions to ask her about her life on the plains, how it may or may have not changed during the second half of the century. So, Eleanor, hi, how are you doing today? I'm doing good, Faith. How are you? I'm doing great. So I just have a few questions for you about your life on the Great Plains, if you don't mind answering. Yeah, no problem, Faith. Okay, good. So question one is, how is your life on the Great Plains? Why did you move to the Great Plains? Well, my life on the Great Plains is actually not that bad. It's actually interesting, fun, and better than city life, I think. Oh, okay, that's interesting. So, why did you move to the Great Plains? Well, for one reason, the city life just wasn't cut out for me and my family. We didn't have a lot of money and the jobs were scarce. So when the government offered this deal that we can move out here and have 160 acres to ourselves for free if we just lived here for 5 years, it just seemed really appealing to me and my family. So that's why I'm out here. Oh, that sounds good, Eleanor. That sounds interesting. I don't think I'll be able to do that. So, what is the environment and weather like while living on the Great Plains? Well, the environment is cold and windy. The winters are extremely cold and the summers are warm. We don't really have a lot of like stores. We don't have any stores out here. It's not like the city. So in the winter we have to kill the animals, like a buffalo for example, and we use its skin as a coat so we can keep warm during the winter. And we also make shoes out of their fur and stuff like that. Oh wow, that's interesting. That's way different from city life. So, next question. Since materials are scarce, how do you make use of the materials that you have? Well, materials are scarce. Like I said previously in your previous question, that there's not a store that we could just walk to when we need something. Everything we have out here, we've either had it already or we've caught and killed it or made it. Our house, for instance, is made out of sod, which is just compacted dirt and compacted grass also. We have a few logs and we use that as our foundation, but our roof is really holy, I guess you could say, because rain gets in it really easily when it rains, and we have leaks all the time, but you know, it's home, so what can you say? That's interesting, Eleanor. I don't think I would be able to do that. What methods do you have to keep insects out of your home? Well, like I said, living in the plains is not bad. I mean, you have regular cleaning that you have to do. We have snakes and rats and any insect that you could think of come through our house all the time. We just try to keep it clean as much as we can. I sweep all the time and catch snakes and take them outside to keep them away from my children. You know, that's just one of the things that you have to do while living on the plains. You gotta be comfortable with nature. Okay, that's cool. I don't like bugs, so I don't think I would really be able to do that, but I'm glad you're able to do that, Eleanor. How has the railroad changed your life on the plains? Well, the railroad has changed my life for the better because now my family has the opportunity. My husband works here in Utah on the railroad and he's bringing in money, and it has made a good impact on our family because now we have an opportunity to strive in life. Even though we're not in the most we're not in the best conditions. We still have an income, and that's what we didn't have while living in New York City. So, wow, that's really cool, Eleanor. So, next question is, what is the hardest thing about living on the homestead? Well, the hardest thing while living on, not the homestead, sorry. What is the hardest thing while living on the Great Plains? The hardest thing while living on the Great Plains has been just being away from family. I think I don't have all my family out here. It's just me, my husband, and my kids. It's really different from city life, but it just takes a minute to get used to. And like I said, we have an opportunity out here that we didn't have while living in New York City. So living on the plains isn't bad at all. Wow, Eleanor, you're braver than me, and I applaud you for being out here. Thank you so much for interviewing with me. But I just have one last question. Shoot for it, Faith. Okay. So, if you can change anything about living on the plains, what would you do? Well, maybe I would have maybe more civilization. Like I said, our family's just kind of to ourselves. We don't have neighbors because we're so out in the open. Our neighbors really are Indians, and they're nice, but you know, we don't really know too much about them. So I hope that answered your question, Faith. Yes, it does, Eleanor. Thank you for your time, and thank you for letting me interview you about your life on the Great Plains. Thank you.